A rainy Tuesday yet again on the Baking It Down podcast with Sugar Cookie Marketing Parentheses Group.
Welcome to the Baking It Down podcast. If you are hearing for you're such a I'm bringing energy to their ears.
But I have it set for no energy, Corey. And you came in.
It's always energy, Corey.
Okay, go right ahead there, energy, Corey.
Welcome to the Baking It Down podcast. If you didn't know, we are your hosts, Corey and Heather. Even though Heather was born first.
First in your heart and your belly.
If you didn't know, we have a group on Facebook. It's about 47,000 bakers strong. And that's where we get the topics that are typically trending within the baking community. We're able to bring one of those topics to the podcast each week. And this podcast topic is going to affect us all because we are all entering Q4.
Complex Q4.
Complex Q4.
So Corey wanted to call us. Let me turn you back up.
Turn back up. I'm going down on my energy.
So we have reach for Q4, a strategy sesh gaining newsfeed reach in what is a complex Q4. So break October
down
1st.
What Q4 is.
October 1st. November to December 31st. Yes. So it's, obviously there's 4 quarters. This is our Super Bowl. This is the baking industry's big game the next 3 months.
Are behind in profits, you can make up
this
for it.
This could be this will make this is your moneymaker. Q4 is our moneymaker. But
Q4 is everyone else's moneymaker as well.
I think in terms of always a landscaper. In the summer is the landscaper's Super Bowl, and in the winter they all switch to these secondary jobs of snow removal and stuff. So their Super Bowl is the summer. Our Super Bowl is Q4, and the reason why is because of these 3 major holidays, and then if you want to add in Hanukkah and New Year's, you got 5.
Yeah.
5 really major holidays just coming off the back of back to school. This is what makes us or breaks us.
But just like bakers have this as their Q4, many other businesses are also using Q4 as their moneymaker as well. You have to think Target, anything that's retail.
So we have a lot of factors that make actually this Q4 one of the hardest
Q4s
since we've done the podcast because, and you're going to guess this, the economy and the elections, the natural disasters, just the fact that we have these holidays, other global events, and the sheer competition of Black Friday.
Yeah.
So this is, if you're wondering why your reach is so low,
or
these are the reasons.
Start to decline.
It should start to decline. And as we'll see a lot of reprieve after November 5th. So keep in mind this, and I think this is always, I like to loiter in the Facebook ads subreddit.
Yeah.
Those people, this is Facebook ads, they're called media buyers. This is careers. These are their careers. They're moving, their ad spend per day is $250,000, right? So they're all lamenting, their goal, their job is to spend $250,000 in ads. Our mere $100 a month budgets, sad. So these people are saying with the they said Facebook took my ad spend from $250,000, which is what I allocated, and they're only spending $20,000. I'm getting in trouble at work.
And you might say, why wouldn't Facebook loves to take people's money? Here's the thing. People are throwing money at Facebook right now because we have so much going on.
And we only have one newsfeed per user.
So at the end of the day, Facebook's like, I do want to take your money, but I'm taking a bunch of money from everybody.
So consider how Facebook ads and Google ads work. They work on an auction-based platform, meaning Corey says, Facebook, I want you to show my ad. I'm going to give you $5. So Facebook's like, okay, does anybody want to give me $6 for the same space? Heather comes and says, I'll pay $6. Well, Corey, they never take her $5, but they take my $6.
What Facebook does like to say, it's like, we're different than Google. We don't do that. We go off of how
all
good your creativities are and your copy. But at the end of the day, money is money.
Money's money. So now factor in these elections. These mammoth political parties, their ad spend is in the millions of dollars per month. Someone said per day. I don't know. But it's more money than me and Corey have to be playing with, right? So we have, now remember, we're only talking about news feeds and the competition for news feeds. We have the economy. So the interest rates, hot button topic. It's causing all these lowering interest rates. All these mortgage companies are now running ads saying you can get your house again. We have the elections. We just talked about that. $1 million in ad spend. There's no way we can compete with that. Then we have natural disasters like the hurricane. That's going to take up a lot of news feed space. That's what everyone wants to help. If you're not posting content about helping, we don't want to see it right now. Holidays. Now we're competing with the likes of Pottery Barn, Target, and Walmart.
Yeah.
Deep pockets running major ads, retargeting ads, new campaign ads, because they all want this Black Friday money.
They think also inflation's high. Every dollar counts. If they can get you in the store with your $1, maybe you would spend $4. So because inflation's playing such a big role right now in the economy, they're trying to get in front of you.
And then we have the global events, which have always been a factor. But when there are things like active war zones, it really does affect what reaches the newsfeed.
I do want to say my last little one is any baker who has been asleep for this year. They all wake up.
Yeah, we have the competition within our own industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is a lot. So you may say, wow, that was doom and gloom, girls. Thank you. I'm going to not enjoy the rest of my week. What we're saying is your strategy has to shift along with your expectations. So what may have worked last year before an election year, what worked 2 years ago before an election year is going to look a lot different this year. And then all of a sudden we'll see a huge reprieve come November 5th, but that throws us into Black Friday. Okay, fine. This is a business. This is how it works. This is how it always worked. There's no running from it. There's no shutting down and opening later. This happens. The election is every 4 years.
Yeah. So this is going to repeat.
This happens every 4 years.
Absolutely.
The economy shifts. It could be cool if they lighten, but it seems like these interest rate cuts will be slow. This will constantly be popping up into news feeds. It's affecting how much people have to spend. So it's a very hot button topic. And then the holidays. So we got a lot going on here. Let's not get overwhelmed. Let's strategize. Let's come up with a plan. So number one, shift the post types.
A lot of us as bakers, and I love a good food photography, we'll just post photos. That's great. It's a little bit easier. You probably have a list of photos that are ready to roll. The thing that's harder to post, ask me how I know, Reels.
We're going to get to that in a second. I don't want to jump there yet.
I thought that was
No, that's number 7. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Number 1 is shifting the types of posts. You can no longer just say, I loved baking this set and expect
the
media
caption
reach.
and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of bakers love to say, thank you, Timmy, for your 4th
Absolutely.
birthday.
That's Timmy, a go-to. Thanking him for turning to a guarantee. So what we used to do, what you could have done in the last 4 years and seen decent reach is like, look how pretty these cookies are.
And your cookies are are gorgeous. But if we are looking for sales and not just likes, because likes don't pay the bills, we're gonna have to switch her up.
I don't think you can get likes with thanks to Timmy. I think we got to really dig in here and come up with more creative copy, a better photo, and that's going to just put us in the running to compete. I think
that totally a sign. Do you feel like your newsfeed is giving you more like meme content?
I feel like it's 1, AI kinks.
Yeah.
2, celebrity gossip.
Yes. And then random memes that don't pertain to me.
I was reading that media buyer subreddit and they were like, they have let the AI algorithm unleash and it doesn't know what to show.
I know. I do enjoy a good meme. I really do.
They're weird.
But I was like, before it was like ad. But I was like, random memes. Okay, I guess.
Here's one that I thought was real weird. It is like people I'm not friends with, but it's their profiles that are so unlocked that it looks like I'm friends with them. So I'm like, who is this person?
Absolutely. And I'm reading. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, that I'm reading. Super public setting.
Yeah.
I saw this one man. He had posted a picture of his wife who was a bodybuilder and what she was eating. He had just posted it for his friends and family to see, but it was set to public. So you went back and he said, I don't know what algorithm I hit that you all now know what my wife's breakfast was, but wild that this reached that many people and for no reason I can figure out.
In my mind, it's like Facebook says, let's give them some not so salesy content right now. Give them some memes, some stuff to interact with because we're going to hit them with a solid newsfeed of ads here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So then we're getting weird stuff to get us addicted to not always seeing ads. So we're scrolling more, scrolling longer, expanding comments.
I think you're right that weird content does get us to stop, but I think it's the AI that's like people seem to like it. We're going to send it to
AI them. It wakes up sometimes content just like it'll be like we removed 52 pieces of content from your group from 5 years ago.
Sorry, we got real sidetracked here. Something happened on Friday last week where it removed a bunch of content. Yes. Another lady was like, my page got suspended for impersonating on the same day. And I said, something happened that day.
And it was like content. So I tried to click to the content and it was like content from years ago.
Yeah. And she couldn't find out what the violation was.
It was crazy.
It was wild.
Okay, go back. Sorry.
So shift the type of content. So that includes shifting the type of photography you're using. If you have always used, the put them on a plate, take a kind of boring photo, put them on parchment, now would be that time to make it a little bit more interesting.
I will say, if you're kind of wanting to sell DIY kits, super popular for the holiday season, don't just take that one photo and continue to post that one over and over. If you can set a different stage under it. You've already done the work. You've baked it. You like put everything in the box. So instead of just taking one photo and posting that relentlessly, take a few different photos so you have a little bit more content to work
That's
with.
also called A/B testing, and that's really big when we're competing for eyes. So if you upload a video to YouTube, or I think you can even do it with Facebook posts as well, Facebook videos. It will say, hey, would you like us to A/B test this? Which means it's going to like shop around the title it thinks, and whichever one gets more traction, it will make that the title, and it'll boot the other one.
I've been A/B testing for the Venti Blendie.
Okay.
In my Venti Blendie highlights, my reels and stuff, I've been posting either like, I'll be like, and here's our next, the Venti Blendie highlight, clickable right there. Or I'll put it at the bottom. If you want to join the Venti Blendie, click here. Okay. Like trying to see which one works.
Which one works. And that's testing. It's frustrating because you're like, you have to repeat the test a couple times to see what happens. But that's what we're looking at in a Q4 strategy. We are going to start testing the content types, the caption types, to see which one hits. And then we're going to start leaning into that because this is a competitive space now. And then we got to factor in you're getting busy as well, which is great. But also, we still need to fight the algo. 2, be direct.
Be direct.
Be direct. Don't make your distracted audience jump through hoops to buy. We only have their attention for about 3 seconds. Use that to your advantage.
A lot of times I see bakers, they'll post, hey, going to sell these DIY kits, right? And then someone will be like, how much? And then the baker will be like, DM me.
Hoops.
There's a lot of hoops. So you have to think, if everyone's vying for your attention, you've given them 52 hoops to jump through. Odds are they might not end up in your messenger asking about the pricing. This is the time to be direct. It's okay. Like, bakers love to hide what they charge. I don't know why.
Because they're thinking, like, if I say it's too high, nobody will solicit. And if I say it's too low, then everybody will think I'm charging too little, and then I'll be locked in for this cheap price.
It's almost like we're scared of the rejection, so we make it as far away as possible.
To be told no. But what we're actually introducing is a covert no in the terms of ghosting.
Right. If you have your post appear in front of somebody, you have that one opportunity to make the sale. If you want to, put the price in there. Be direct. Put the price in the actual caption. You can either put it on the picture itself. I see a lot of people do that. And if that's the fastest way to convert someone, if you, instead of making them jump through hoops, get direct with them. This is how much it costs.
Some people may have this theory, and it's not an incorrect theory. Like, if I don't tell them the price because they'll be scared away, then possibly it could convert them in the sales process. And that's a true salesman. And you'll see people with really high ticket items, those sales guys, you can't get a straight answer because they say, I'm so good at sales that I could squeeze you into the price.
A lot of car dealerships will be like, email in for the price. Yes. And it's because they want to be able to sell you on
it. So those people, that is their expertise is that sales squeeze. The rest of us, probably the expertise should be baking, and that sales squeeze is a little hard, and it does have a long lead time, which is when somebody comes versus when they convert. Sometimes just saying, here's the price, can free up some time for us as well as get people to convert a little faster.
How about this? You don't have to put the price of the custom set that you made, but maybe on things like PYOs, DIYs, class tickets. That's
stuff
a great
that
way.
Is guaranteed. This is the price. There's no upselling.
There's no, if it's more metallics, the price is going to go higher.
This one is like, let's clear those up. So let's be direct on those ones. That way we don't have the back and forth of people, because I don't know if you're noticing this on Facebook. It's like you have a bunch of notifications, but they're weirdly chronological. Like, some are like where they should be, and then some at the bottom are like, a lot of it's mixing in page notifications, and it throws off my personal ones. So I miss a lot of notifications that way. So be direct. Really on those things that there's no wiggle room on, you can just say what the price is.
Because at the end of the day, your price is your price. If the DIY kit's $20, it's $20 whether they email you in or they comment on the post.
Absolutely.
You can convert a lot more people the more direct you are. And the people who are thinking it's too much now, they're going to still think it's too much then. So why not just get as many sales as you can at the point that you're able to get in front of these people?
Right. So again, a balance. We're shifting from the, hey, be a good salesperson back in Q2 to now, hey, we got to race to the finish line Q4. So that's why you might hear some of the stuff here being contradicted because the game has changed.
I know.
In Q4. So 3, my favorite one, be annoying. You're really good at this. So you're taking this to heart, and you're annoying.
You really are my test bed. I A/B test with you.
You're annoying in both A and B tests. So congratulations. But what I'm saying is be annoying, post consistently and frequently. Double your posting schedule, Corey says. Remember, reach is down. So you're not even being annoying. You're not even getting to them in the first place. They're not seeing any of your posts. The rumor has it it's 2% on a good day that see your post. In this weird, complex Q4, you are not being annoying. They aren't even seeing things. Notice recently, kind of this, the TikTok algorithm will drip out content forever. So if something was posted months ago, you'll still be able to see it.
Randomly see it.
I saw this comment on TikTok this weekend. It said, never be the funniest comment in the comment section because you'll never not get away from the notifications of people liking it. On Facebook, my page posts have a little bit more staying power than I've ever noticed. So I had asked the other day, do you offer delivery?
Yeah.
On the Sugar Cookie Marketing page, not group. That post is still getting answers a week later, which used to be pretty rare.
On the Reels, though, it's either that day or done.
I know. Reels have a short-term staying power. So it's like the algorithm is testing a little bit of residual staying power for page posts.
Yeah. You had
capitalize on this.
A meme that went off, someone like crying with a spatula in their hand. That went crazy. And you were getting notifications for like years and years.
It was funny. It's this kid, he's baking and said, I bake to relax. But in the next clip, he's like devastatedly breaking down because there's nothing relaxing about baking. So now I'm seeing that on pages. Maybe Facebook's being a little bit more forgiving with how long it drips it into the feed. So let's capitalize on that by putting a lot of great content on our pages. Again, we're not thanking Timmy for turning 2. We're being more interesting. We're also going to post, and I see people like, if I just posted about this, I feel annoying if I post it again. Post it as a reel, post it as a video, post it as you post it as an event. You can post it, depending on what the content type is. You can post it in the page. You can post it in Instagram stories, Instagram highlights, feed posts. So there's a lot more places we can be without being annoying.
Yeah.
But do not in Q4 think you're annoying. You are actually not being seen at all.
I want to say it can be discouraging to post once. Yeah. You get 0 sales. No one comments. Your post feels abandoned. And to feel discouraged and be like, people just don't like what I have to make. That is not, it couldn't be farther from the truth. If you post twice a week, double it, post 4 times a week. If you post every day, good for you. I don't know how you have that much content. But if you post every day, post twice a day. But you can put it in different places. So not necessarily, at the end of the day, someone can only see 5 posts a day from a specific page.
It would be amazing if I ever saw 5 posts from every single page.
Never, but that's what it says it caps it out at. But if you wanted to, instead of just posting to your feed, because now you have your Facebook page stories. You have your Instagram stories.
You have your Facebook page videos, which are considered different than stories.
And different from videos is Reels. So you can post
different from stories as well, right?
So there's a lot of ways that you can utilize posting more than once, posting more than twice. But if you post once and get discouraged, this will be a discouraging time of the year for you.
You almost have to be like, well, that one did. Like sometimes Corey will be like, oh, that meme was so good. I'm surprised it didn't hit. I'm going to try something else. You have to just see it as like, that one wasn't it. I'm going to try something else.
Heather made a good point.
You're going to say I made a good meme.
Yeah, you do make good memes. Made a good point. Sometimes we like the stage photos, and the stage photos are very pretty. They're very nice to look at. We've taken a lot of time to do it. But if you have like a picture of you prepping in the kitchen, you have like 52 boxes for your DIY kits. That's a good photo too.
It's a good photo.
And it can perform very well as well.
In the age, when Instagram first came out, it was the age of the curated, what do you call that feed? Like what was that thing when you look at somebody's Instagram, their feed? What's it called? And you would have this aesthetic and you'd have this.
He's eating the box.
Oh, I thought he threw up. No. It's the cat.
He's biting
opening the box. You'd have this curated aesthetic, and then you'd only ever post content that was very similar to that. Corey and I tried it with the Sugar Cookie Marketing page a couple of years ago, and then we said, that was exactly what the algorithm said to us as well. Then we said, to heck with it. We're just going to post anything. The more, the better. The less curated, the better. Don't fall for that. It has to look
a pretty feed.
It has to look pretty. It's almost, and once we broke up with pretty feed syndrome, we found that the kind of wild posts do better.
It's because you don't necessarily care about the look.
And it almost makes you feel more human.
It does. You can connect with people a lot better than on a very staged.
I'm going to be honest. Memes are ugly. They are not curated. They're not aesthetic. Their fonts are wild.
The more blurry it is, the better it gets.
The gray or the white has become through reshares, the better. But on the flip side, memes do perform well, and they're funny, and they get people coming back to your page, right? So I'm not saying a full meme page is the goal. I'm saying less curated is the goal. So that beautiful stage set, but also behind the scenes. And also you saying that it was hard to do this.
Yeah.
That's going to be less annoying, but more humanizing. And it's going to increase that reach. And you're going to hate that it does because you're like, darn it, I got to post more about myself. Yeah. 4, contest, giveaways, and memes. So back to what we said here. It is hard to fight these political hot button topics with Timmy's second birthday cookies, right? So you've got this stuff that when somebody reads it, their body's heart rate literally increases. And then we're like, thanks, Timmy, for turning 2. People are like, get away from me, Timmy. I've got to argue in the comment section. And then we're like, why is my reach down? Something that can, and it's wild that a thing you type on the internet can actually change someone's body chemistry. Something that can change somebody's body chemistry and release endorphins is contests.
Yeah.
And giveaways, because when people all want the hope of winning, memes can create laughter, which releases endorphins.
Yeah.
That is a way for us to harness that visceral response in a positive way.
Since you're already making the samples, granted, we're making the samples so much sooner than the actual, nobody cares. At the end of the day, make the sample, and instead of letting the cookies go to the cookie graveyard, use that as your giveaway. And that's a great way to, 1, put what you're doing for a pre-sale on the map, but 2, also using that cookie content for your benefit instead of throwing and tossing away those cookies at the end of the day. So contests, why I hate giving away products for free all the time. If there was a time to do it, it would be in Q4. People love to comment on stuff and win stuff. It's a great way to up your reach by getting free things because they like free stuff. And we like to kind of sandwich those giveaways. I think that's the next topic.
No, actually, this is a whole topic.
Nice. Yeah. So what you're going to do with a giveaway is you're going to do a giveaway post. People are going to comment. You're going to let that ride out a little bit. And then like me and Heather do, if you've ever kind of seen the sugar cookie marketing page, it'll be a meme. Something informational that you could like. Those do horribly, Heather knows.
Yeah. No, you want to know what does horribly in my weekday countdown?
People are sharing it more. People are sharing it more often.
You haven't seen Horrible until you've seen it.
So giving away useful information, Heather will say something like that she learned a new website, something that she learned that's happening in the algorithms. For you, what you'd want to do is share the next fall festival coming up, a new restaurant that you tried. That's like giving away helpful information that isn't necessarily asking for something in return.
But the next one we'll be asking for sales.
Yeah, then we're sandwiching our sales by we're surrounding it with things with bigger reach.
Things that I've been testing. It does really well on the sugar cookie marketing page, not as well on your community page, is prompts, just asking questions.
Yeah, you did that one last night with no one called.
The sugar cookie marketing page, I was like, here's everything I know about my life. And I did the exact same post on Corey's community pages.
When I went to it this morning, Facebook was like, listen, post with photos to off.
But again, it's that testing thing. So Corey and I use content buckets specifically for the sugar cookie marketing page. So you'll see a meme, you'll see that sales post, you'll see a Cookie Class Kids has dropped, you'll see a Wednesday graphic, you'll see more memes, a prompt, a question, a poll, and you'll see that
because she's mixed it in. Though you never feel overly sailed to.
Didn't say it. I sailed to
you never felt sold to, man. Just sold.
So if you do choose to run a giveaway, please listen to the podcast on giveaways to stop yourself from getting hacked. Yes. You'll see that Corey and I with the Vendy Blendy. You can talk about giveaways in groups, free reign, especially in their private groups. If they're public groups, I'd be still careful there. But look at, someone said last year, and this is a little pat on my own back. Someone said, I'm a vendor at the Vendy Blendy, and I love the sales, I love the day and everything. But she's like, it is such a crash course. It's like a boot camp of marketing to see how this all works from the backside.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is implementing how much can we push the Vendy Blendy without being too annoying, although I know we are annoying, but to get people who want to spend money and reach these audiences. It's a very fun little case study.
Who would like to sit on your lap, please?
Really?
It's crazy how he made a sound and we didn't yell at him and take his stuff away from his hands.
We're talking about the cat, by the way.
Except for when I make a sound, I get punished and put in a Gwen.
Franklin's face. They'd be like, he can make one.
Now you've given him too much attention. He doesn't want it anymore. He said, I'm Gwen. Okay, go on with the topic.
5. Okay, this one hot button topic, but this will save your sanity. Number 5, follow big events and plan accordingly. For example, November 5th is election day. Mm-hmm. Do not launch your pre-sale on that day. In fact, I wouldn't touch November 1 to November 5 with anything but
absolutely.
Barely thanking Timmy for turning 2. Like, it's that, like, oh no, oh, jump on the table. Oh, la, la, la. So why are you not mad at him for making
Oh no, I've never been mad at a sound I've made. It's only you.
Frank is in his rare form today. Okay, so November 5th, I'm not going to launch my pre-sale. In fact, if the Vendy Blendy fell on the day, I would move the Vendy Blendy because we're not going to compete with election day.
I see a lot of people love to launch the Shelf Dude pre-sales at the beginning of November, which makes sense.
I would wait until the second week of November. I would wait because November 1st, you're not going to do it. November 5th, you're not going to do it. November 6th, 7th, and 8th, you're not going to touch. You're not going to get to news feeds because all people want to talk about
people are going to be arguing in the comment section. They're going to be arguing in community groups.
I got to say it right here, though. I know what you're thinking. I'm going to post politics on my cookie page. Don't do it.
How dare you?
Don't do it.
I see it all the time.
It's tempting. It's tempting because you're like, well, the twins said the only thing that'll get through is political content, and I want to get through. Let me post political content cookies.
Why not?
Even the temptation to ask, who are you voting for? I'm going to go a step further, and you guys can disagree with me. Even telling people to go vote today, I wouldn't do it. Not in this election, I wouldn't. I would just keep yourself out of it. Keep your business.
Listen, bakers are going to do what the bakers are going to do.
Bakers are going to do what bakers are going to do. We can just barely listen to us. We don't come to us crying when it doesn't work out. So I would say for the next couple of weeks.
I'm going to release him.
Okay. Frank is losing it, so Corey's got to go let him go. For the next couple of weeks, pay attention to, I think that there's a vice president debate tonight. Don't launch your pre-sale tonight. I think that November 5th, there's just a lot going on here. Pay attention to it and plan accordingly. Don't just fly blind and just make posts and wonder why it's not working out.
If you post on November 5th and it goes down the tubes, you don't make any sales, it's discouraging as a baker to post and put that much time and effort into something.
I would do a low effort post on November 5th and not care how people act.
Oh, absolutely. You're not going to even see me post on that.
You're not?
November
sourdough bread.
Nah, my sourdough bread.
So again, we're going to look for big holidays, big events, big election type content, and we're not going to interfere with that day. It's not the content that the user wants to see. The user wants to be riled up and arguing in comments, so keep that in mind. Number 6, speaking of politics, bribes.
Bribe them.
Corey says, use bribes. Kidding. But bribe your favorite customers to leave you reviews in community groups. The reason why I like this strategy is community groups, most of them don't allow political talk. So it is sheltered from politics because they don't allow that there. So the community groups do become a safe haven.
And right now, community groups have the most reach that you're not paying for. So if we can get our little favorite customer who knows us and is willing to do a little dirty work on the side, have them post a review, or I'm looking for DIY. I have this DIY kit idea. Who's selling DIY kits?
Corey has this one client who loves to leave her reviews. It's hard to get clients to sing your praise, right? Hard. Because it does feel weird. It does feel weird. But it is such a great conversion.
I'm going to tell you something. There is some diehard baking loving people out there. I'll go to a comment section of someone looking for a baker, and it will always be these same 4 people hollering.
I want to be like, whatever they give you.
What have they paid?
They should give you twice.
Are their cookies laced with gold?
Probably are. And so bribes and used ethically. So, hey, if you really like this, would you mind? It would help me so much. I speak to this back in 2020. May have been 2021. It was where COVID had shut down Halloween.
Yeah.
You had a lady said, can I get a free DIY kit? In exchange, I'll review you in a community group. And I know all you bakers listening to this are screaming, no. Corey said yes.
I'm all for strategic giving.
Yeah. So Corey gives this lady a box. Yeah. Okay. It could have gone to nothing. For sure. Corey was like, this probably won't become anything.
Yes.
Instead, the lady writes in a community group where I think she was the admin.
It was one group that we were not in.
We were not in. And the amount of sales it made. We're almost like, when the lady came back a few times, I think we ended up giving her stuff.
I think for years we were giving her free DIY kit
just as a thank you. For that shout out. We ended up selling out of that. So it's because these community groups and a third party recommendation and a really good experience do pay in dividends. And when we're talking about a complex Q4, it may be the strategy. And you guys have heard us talk about how to engage with community groups, engage, and then somebody else. Corey has this community group. I love the strategy this one lady has. She's a cleaning lady.
Is it Cynthia?
Yeah. She never posts in the group. So she doesn't add any value. So she's not an admin's favorite love child at all. However, she gets every client somehow. I'm not sure if she's giving them 10%.
I tried to hire her because I was saying, I'm going to figure out if she's asking people to post in that specific
She never
group.
came to Corey's house. But if we can all take a letter out of Cynthia's book, if Cynthia could marry actually being a valued member of the community and get it was a great one, that car detailing lady.
Rhonda.
So this other lady pops up. She's detailing cars. She's a mobile detailer in our area. I know it sounds like a scam because whenever you see mobile detailing, she posts every week. Kind of her good content.
Chipmunk eating at a little picnic table.
Chipmunk. And then she posts on Sales Saturday, so she follows the rules. But she also has other people recommend her, and I can't help but like seeing her name recommended.
And I'm like, oh, Rhonda, the car detailer lady.
So if you're going to bribe your clients to leave your reviews, make sure that you've already paid back into that community group. Otherwise, you will be seen as a taker.
You're going to give someone something free and ask them to post in a local community group.
They're not going to.
Or they do, and the post falls flat on its face. Okay. That's totally normal. Sometimes they post at the wrong time of day. Maybe another post is trending within that group, so your post doesn't get
take
seen.
that beautiful photo you sent, and they take their own. And
sometimes they only do word post, and it falls on deaf ears.
It's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game.
One of them will hit.
Absolutely.
One of them. Eventually, sometimes somebody asks for, like, do you know the yard sign people?
Yeah, I saw
because this lady so posts consistently. I'm able to recall her name immediately, and I was able to be like, oh, I know that Wendy does that. So again, that consistency time in, married with the bribes and reviews, really does a strong lead center make.
I also want to say, this is I want to talk to the vendies right now, as well as you bakers. Yeah. If someone posts something that sings your praises, you know who needs to be in the comment section? You! Absolutely. You need to be commenting back to every person. You need to be like, thank you so much. Here's what else I'm offering.
Yeah. The vendors, if you're listening to this, you can do that on Instagram. And you can't do it in the group. That's why it's confusing for them.
Vendors, where are you?
Amy said to tell you hi.
Who?
Amy.
Amy, hello.
So, great point. Be there or be square.
Yeah. If a lady posts in a local community group that you've given a DIY kit to, I want you to thank her in the comment section. When someone says, oh, that's so cute, I want you to sweep in there and be like, thank you so much. It's going to be so much fun to offer these. The pickup is blah.
I think it comes down to a little bit of the fear of rejection. If someone's like, well, that's really expensive. And that's why I'm always like, you know what? It ain't cheap, because I do like using really expensive, high quality ingredients. It does drive up the price, but I promise you're going to like the taste. That's how you can kind of deal with some of those.
But you can get your own post to pop off, your own bribed post to pop off if you're there.
Corey and I know, we see people doing the community group. They'll make their sales post, they'll let it die, then they'll come back to the comments, bump it up again. It's pretty smart. The algorithm is a tool if you want it to be. It's a torture if you don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Number 7, last one. It's a real world and we're just living in it. And that's real, REEL. Make time to learn how to record video content, whether content for sales, for lives, reviews, behind the scenes. This form of content is just a flavor. This form of content. This form of content is the flavor of the month for these algorithms.
Here's the thing. I'm going to launch these DIY kits. I'm tired of having these boxes in my life. I need 13 of these boxes to sell. So what I have done is I've created a reel of me putting the box together, of me filling the box.
Can I commend, if you guys are like, what content could I possibly film? I want you to go to Sugar Cookie Marketing Instagram. Corey posts content constantly.
A lot of it's like for bakers because we're marketing to bakers.
There is content buckets that are very interesting. So you'll give, I'm trying to upload Corey's reels to YouTube Shorts. So I'm going through these and I'm watching them for the first time, if I'm honest. And I'm like, okay, she'll do a high speed decorating, like a time lapse of it decorating a cookie that I know is in our cookie class. That's why I'm like, oh, I know what that cookie is. Then it'll be like a tip on how to make a squanched flower bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be like, oh, wow. So I upload this content. And I think one thing you did was piping tips. So again, this content, you're like, does my audience want to do this? Oddly, yes. They like to know these baking tips. They like to watch these baking videos. They like to see how you assemble the boxes. I think even telling your audience, here's how I use a projector, would blow their mind.
It would. And I also want you to, we lean into a lot of bakers content because obviously sugar cookie marketing is for bakers.
Yes.
You can lean into your audience by showing them your prep days for your orders, how you make colorful icing.
Let's say you're doing a pre-sale. Let's say you have, I'm going to just pretend there's 5 cookies. Each one of those is the content of guess this cookie from the cutter, a content type of a time lapse of decorating, a content type of any unique detail that you add that's like a skill. And then you can even say, here's the ingredients that I absolutely love. Like there's so much content.
I posted to my page yesterday me decorating a PYO. Like I'm actually painting it like a child would do. And at the end I take a bite. Someone, are you selling these? Like that's
Very
the content.
nice.
I want to show them what a PYO is. You know, but with a lot of people don't listen to the sound of the videos. I can tell because people will be like, where'd you get that box? But in my video, it'll be like, I got this box from Amazon. Yeah. So a lot of people are not listening to things with the volume on, but they're watching it. It's a great way to capture someone's attention for a longer period of time.
But even more so, it's a great way to capture that algorithm because it is a Reels world. The algorithms constantly change what their flavor of the month is. It used to be videos. It used to be like MP4 uploads. Yeah. Then it became really heavy photos. Then it became photo collages. And then now it's these reels, these long vertical filmed videos, 1920 by 1080, and under a minute or a minute 30, depending on which platform's limitations are.
Here's the thing. You have so many excuses between you and that first video. My first reel, I forgot to put sound. One, and it cut off a little bit early. Someone's like, I can't hear anything. I said, there's nothing to hear.
That's it. It was so funny. You remember Corey and I, 3 podcasts ago, said that we were forcing ourselves on Thursdays to get ready, put on makeup, do our hair, put on these little microphones, and record content. We've done it for 2 weeks now. It has been the best content that we have posted in a while. I hate the content.
The amount of people. It's local restaurants that we've been highlighting, and people have gone to these restaurants. So
everyone's clear. We're doing content for both Sugar Cookie Marketing and Corey's community group at the same time to stretch this hair blow dry.
But the local community group loves to tell me what they ordered at their restaurant.
But they're also allowed to see reels more often than still content.
So we're like, how do we reach more people in this group? Like these reels are getting like 3,000 views. There's only 4,000 people in the group.
Right. It's pretty fantastic. Corey and I had a couple of lessons learned. The harder you make it, the more perfect you want it to be, the less it will be. And the more barriers to entry, like I need to get a nicer camera and I need to get a tripod. And the more you have to set up, the less you'll set up.
Absolutely.
So we found these Rode video mics. You can just plug them on your shirt. They just pipe into your phone. So we're recording all this from Corey's phone. Yeah. And then we just stopped caring about our voices and we just popped right onto that.
I went into this retail place the other day, and as soon as I walked in, I just said, can I film a video?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
Turns out all businesses want free marketing, so they're pretty open to it. We had gone to this restaurant Thursday. It was like a nicer, very local restaurant. Like, usually nicer restaurants are chains. This one is a local.
One of one.
One of one. And Corey said to the waiter, who was extremely funny, so it was an appropriate question. She was like, hey, can I record you putting down the desserts? And he was like, absolutely. And then Corey, like impromptu, as he's putting down the desserts, Corey said, wink at the camera. Instead, he like takes liberties and he kissed me on the top of my noggin, like a grandpa. He was like a grandpa type. But I was like, oh, that was so unexpected.
I was like, that will be in the video.
And he was like so stoked to be in this video and stuff. So that content and your skin, Corey sent me, she was like, I posted the video and I hate everything about it. But it did so well, So you just almost have to not care. You pick out your own imperfections. Nobody else does. They like to see your face.
Back when I wanted to start doing reels, which was like 4 years ago, my little cookie room didn't have good indirect natural lighting. Yeah. And I let that hold me back. I made 2 videos in the years of that. I was so late to the Reels game that people had already gotten their following from it.
Because when a platform is
so there's so many excuses between us and the goal, and making it less perfect. You're going to learn tips along the way. So I learned that people like jump cuts. They like really fast content. Yeah. They don't want to see me working too long on one particular part of a video. Yeah. Like instead of piping where you're seeing the piping, let's speed it up. I use InShot. CapCut is another great one. If you don't want to have the little logo at the end, you'll just pay whatever their little fee is, like $17 for the year. Worth it. No. But if you just try it.
I think
give it a go.
Not even Nike. Don't even just do it. Just try it.
Just try it. Just try it. At the worst, what? No one's seeing it? No one was seeing it anyway.
Absolutely. And because it was so low effort, because you removed all the roadblocks of perfectionism, I saw a quote the other day. It was like, everyone likes the view, no one likes to climb. Yeah. So remove all the rocks from the climb and just make it, even if you're like, well, this isn't the best thing I've ever done.
One video I sent Heather, I called a seahorse an octopus.
It did so well because so many people are like, I think you meant seahorse. And I'm like in the comments like, I meant seahorse. I'm sorry. I panicked. And they're like, that's okay. We all make mistakes. I said, Corey, if you can start baking these mistakes, that'd be wonderful.
Right. So was that a mistake? I didn't even catch it myself.
Back to the weird things showing up on my newsfeed. Yeah. It'll be a picture of a celebrity who I know the name of, but the caption will call them somebody wrong, like somebody else. Like
weird.
It'll be like Henry Cavill, and it'll be like Tom Cruise. And the comments are like, that's not Tom Cruise, that's Henry Cavill. And I'm like, that's genius.
Yeah, granted.
You can only use it so often.
Granted, low buy-in. But what you're getting is people to either one click and be like,
that's clickbaiting in a weird way. Yeah. It's engagement baiting, but it works when used sparingly. So to recap what our strategy session is, your post type is going to shift. It's no longer thinking Timmy. It's going to be a little bit more strategic. You're going to be direct though. You're going to say, here's the price of my DIY kit. It's no DM me, no comment something for a DM. Yeah. Like it's going to be as direct as possible. We're fighting with a lot of different attention grabbers. Number 3, you're going to be annoying. Corey's expert on that. If you have any questions, please direct them here. 4, contests, giveaways, memes. We're going to mix in these content buckets, but again, we're being annoying. So we're posting a lot more frequently. We're going to run through these content buckets each week. 5, follow the big events and plan accordingly. November 5th, that's going to be your low effort content, if at all. You heard Corey say she's not going to post anything that day. I'd stay out of politics if I could stress that to you real hard. Even not encouraging people to vote, they know. It feels good, feels like you're doing something, but I think you're risking it for the biscuit. 6, bribes. In honor of politics, let's use bribes. Get that client that loves you to sing your praises in a group and be there or be square. So when they're writing that, be there in the comments, but also be present in that group and add value to it. And 7, it's a real world and we're just living in it. Make time to learn how to record reels.
Hate them.
That's a lot. That is a lot to tell people to do anyways as well, you know?
You can pick a few out, take a test. You can A/B test something from those list of 7, see what works, what doesn't work. One might work better than the other.
Absolutely. Mixing all those together, a diversified strategy is always a safer bet to me, but we only have so much time in the day.
We only have so much time with Q4. Before
Q4 eats Q1 up time. And then we have all the time in Q1 and we're sad again. But yeah, I can't believe it's already October 1st.
Cannot. I even had to change my little cover photo this morning. I almost forgot.
Did you see Mom give you? I put it in.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's very cute.
Our mom is a carder.
She
makes custom paper things. And unfortunately, she started giving everyone like a little monthly calendar that has a specific thing to it.
Unfortunately, I did that for the college and I'm also stuck to it.
So now what she does it for Deed, Gams, me, you, Ash.
That's it.
No, something.
I don't think she does.
Oh, that's 6 she has to do every month.
I know. She never gives them on time.
No, it's usually get them halfway through the month.
One time I got one and the month had already passed. I said, well, you can keep this one.
Moving on to voicemails. The number is 571-556-5644. But, and I see a lot of you guys are using this, you can also click the fan mail button on some podcast hosts.
Nice.
And it just goes right to the same place. So.
Oh, it goes to the same exact spot?
It comes in through our podcast host and it says you've got fan mail.
Oh, nice.
So we actually got a fan mail. We actually
got fan mail?
No, it's a bunch of stuff.
Oh, my.
Yeah, got some fans out there.
Oh, my.
Hi, twins. I first wanted to thank you both for doing the... Oh, wait, is this one from last week? Is it? There's one I didn't read last week. I'm going to read that this week. Hello, I'd like to preemptively reach out to folks who ordered cookies last year and ask if they'd like to order this year. Not sure what the message should be, and I don't want to be pushy. I'm wondering if you have any advice or language. As we all know, a warm lead is better than a cold lead.
True.
Thank you, person texting from 716.
716.
What they're asking, and they are correct, the cheapest lead we have is somebody who's already purchased from us because we don't have to find them anymore. We don't have to convince them anymore. We don't have to even probably set a payment portal because it's already been set up before.
They're more comfortable with you. There's a lot of less rigmarole that you have to go through. We don't have to
find their contact details. We already have.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is where this question is coming from. I know I need to reach out to people last year. How do I do that and not seem like give me money?
I like to spin it as my favorites get first dibs.
Wow.
Like, here is a gift to you because you've ordered from me in the past. I'm letting you bypass everybody else. You get to get on my calendar first.
So you can use that. Like, hey, I'm going to make up a random person. Sharon, I know you ordered from me last year a Thanksgiving platter. I have a feeling this year I may sell out. But before I post it to everybody else, I just wanted to give you a first right of refusal. If you order, great. If not, no sweat. But I definitely didn't want to turn my back on my favorites before I let new people in.
Michael's, the arts and crafts store, does that often to me. It's like you're in our text message subscriber. You get to see our catalog before everybody else.
Very nice.
Always click to it. I want to know. I want to be exclusive.
But Michael's like, girl, we want your money first, and then we're going to take other people's money. So what you can do is capitalize on the Michael's approach and say, hey, I'm doing you a solid. Another thing is taking the approach of I care about you. Hey, I know Timmy turned 2 last year. Odds are he's about to turn 3. Just want to check in with you before that book's out. If you want to reserve it now, great. If not, no sweat.
Yeah.
Just happy that I was able to work with you the last
spin
time.
it as a positive, and it doesn't feel so much like I'm asking for your sale. Yes. They'll never know. And if you make them feel like special for it, even if they say no, it feels like you're looking out. I know the fear of rejection is very hard. Very, very, very hard.
Corey hates rejection. More than you.
Listen, I get rejected in my comment section all the time.
I know. And you text me about it.
At the end of the day, I'm like, it's still engagement.
Here's another one. Corey and I will do this. If somebody cancels a class ticket and they have COVID and there's absolutely nothing we can do, we'll turn to our past class attendees and be like, hey, you and us. It's us against, like, hey, we got this ticket. I'm sure you don't want it to go to waste. Do you want to fill in the seat so we don't lose this ticket? And, like, it's like our gang of past class attendees.
And your customers can be your gang.
Yeah. So, like, hey, gang, listen, we had somebody cancel. I'm letting you guys, do you guys want to do a BOGO on this one? Or you guys want to show up half price? I hate for it to go to waste, and I'd love for one of you guys to get it. Like, we're almost on this team.
Yeah, like a positive spin can make that really feel better, even if they say no.
Truly. Here's a fan mail one. Hey, twins, I need some advice on how to handle an embarrassing situation. After about 6 months of high stress, I decided to quit custom cakes entirely. That's my main item. And I suddenly announced to my customers I was done going to do a pop-up style bakery instead of focus. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me read that again. And I suddenly announced to my customers that I was done and going to do a pop-up style bakery instead of focused on pretty much anything but cakes and cupcakes. Changed all my marketing website over to Pop-Up Bake Shop, and my first one was very successful. It was also an immediate nope for me, and I'll never do it again. Time versus profit was so not worth it. I realized I was way overcomplicating things and should have just stopped customs, but I stuck with regular cakes and cupcakes because it's what I'm known for, I'm best at, and my profit margins are high. My question is, do I announce that I made a mistake with the pop-up idea and now I'm back to cakes and cupcakes after all? Or do I just move forward with them and simply not mention these pop-ups again? It's embarrassing. This all happened in the span of just a few weeks, and I don't want to look unprofessional like I'm having an identity crisis. I mean, I absolutely was, but do they need to know that? Thank you so much, Victoria from North Carolina.
My favorite game to play is the silence. No one knows if you never say it. So if you can just act like that was just a one-time thing, people's attention span is going so fast and so many things are vying for the attention. They're not going to be like, what happened to Cheryl and her pop-ups? I'm really, truly waiting on the next one.
So you just say, just jump right back on
absolutely. If I have something that doesn't take off, you'll never hear it didn't take off.
That's something we do. If we did something that doesn't take off and somebody's like, where is that thing? We're like, actually, we tabled that. A big thing. Corey and I realized, speaking of identity crises, we didn't want to do private classes.
Yeah.
Just didn't like it. But we had darn well marketed it. So some people still email about private classes. Like, you know what? We tabled that for this year. But here's some bakers I know that do private classes.
Yeah. We don't even say like, oh, yeah, I guess our marketing did work. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore because it was hard.
Yeah. So what we said is we just tabled that for now. So if somebody says, hey, girl.
Yeah.
Victoria, Vicky, where did pop-ups at?
Yeah. Odds are if 50 people came to your pop-up, maybe one is going to email, when's the next pop-up? And it would be easier to address the one person than say it to everybody.
And how I'd say that is, if I'm working on my 2025 calendar, and I'll let you know. In the meantime, here's what I'm currently offering.
I see a lot of bakers do this, and I'll be like, Heather, I just saw this. Like, it'll be someone announces a big change. Okay, they do the change. And all of a sudden, I'll go back to their page, and that whole post will be gone. Disappeared. Like, it never even existed. And that's great because no one you're taking all the marketing that you did, which sucks because you did market it. Mm-hmm. You're taking it away because it's no longer something you want to focus on.
Here's something, and if Victoria, I can use you as a guinea pig, or like, when the teacher comes around and looks over your shoulder and then makes a class announcement.
An example.
Oh. Anyways, Victoria, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use your story as an example. Not every idea you have has to be announced as soon as you have the idea. Mm-hmm. So something you can do is, let's pretend you say, I never want to do customs again. I think I'm only going to teach cookie classes, right? You don't have to say that yet.
You can silently phasel it out.
So what you can do is, when people start ordering customs, you're going to start saying no privately. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to start directing them to your cookie classes. Your marketing is going to start classes. And it's going to be less and less customs. Mm-hmm. And then when you're happy with that, like Victoria said, I didn't know how much of a time suck pop-ups were, and that's why I don't want to do it anymore. If you're like, okay, I really like this transition. My audience seems to like this transition. Then the announcement, if you want to.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't announce it until you're positive. Because like she said, I don't want people to know I had an identity crisis, although I did. These big whiplash announcements, it really is hard for your customers to keep track. If I follow a page and someone says they're closing, I immediately unfollow the page.
Right.
Odds are, sometimes they come back, but I'm gone. I'm gone. All that work you did to get me, that one big announcement, I'm gone. And now good luck ever getting me again. Right. So I would say, if you're like, I want to do this big announcement, run a test. I'm going to say wait 3 months. I'm going to say wait 3 months before that big announcement.
And before the big announcement, your marketing will start changing.
It will.
Your direction will start changing. You're going to be posting less of what you don't want to do, more of what you do want to do. So when you do make that big announcement, it's not so big that people are like, oh my God, what am I going to do for my cake this year? It'll be a natural, I figured that's where it was going.
Also, you could still take some cake orders if you'd wanted to, Victoria, in this transition time. So, because may not have liked cake that day, but maybe there's some orders of cake that you did like.
Sometimes I hate cookies.
Corey does. Sometimes Corey will take a macaron order. Sometimes
I won't.
But if she posts, I'm never doing macarons again,
I'll lose any opportunity of it.
Yeah. So even though it may be that we're phasing out custom cookies, not everyone needs to know that until you're absolutely positive it's what you want to do. So great question. Big takeaway. I wouldn't make an announcement. I would just stop mentioning pop-ups and I'd start mentioning cakes and cupcakes. Your audience would be like, okay. And would you go back and delete that post?
I would.
Okay, last one, but we have some other ones for next week. Thank you guys for texting in. That really is helpful. Hey, twins, happy Tuesday. This is from the 585.
585.
I was hoping I could pick your marketing brains a bit. And there's a lot of emojis in this.
So you said emotions or emojis?
Emojis, probably emotions as well. Okay. The context is a bit long. I promise it'll make sense. And then it's the monkey that's covering its eyes.
I'm tuning in.
Okay.
Tuning in.
I've been in business a little over 4 years and primarily have done a mix of wedding orders, customs, pre-sales, and some markets. Last year, I hit some major burnout trying to do all the things, and it's resulted in a hard look at my business in a good way. I've decided to majorly pivot and focus primarily on weddings and the occasional customs. But with that change, I really want to up-level my brand and implement a better process for client experience. Really nice packaging, adjusting my pricing structure, et cetera, to bring it all more of a luxurious, high-end sort of brand. I feel like visually, my current branding doesn't line up with that at all, and I'm planning to change the color scheme. Honestly, I've never been happy with it anyways, and redo my website to better reflect this nicer brand. So my actual question. I know that's a lot to change. So would you announce the shift to your audience and current clients? It's so funny. This is like
I think it's a piggyback.
Now, Victoria, have you been talking to 585? Would you announce the shift to your audience and current clients? Do you do a big lead up and a reveal, or would you just start shifting your marketing more towards the wedding scene and slowly roll out the rest of the changes? I'm super excited for this new direction and finally feel like I figured out what I want in this business and what it's supposed to be, but I also don't want to completely alienate my audience. I'm so sorry this is so long, but thank you so much for all you do and your advice you might have. Yellow heart emojis.
Alienate your audience, but you're going to not service those people anymore?
Well, she said the occasional custom.
The occasional custom. So what that tells me is we're not just going to do this ginormous announcement because
it feels good though because you're so excited.
Yeah, you're very excited, and that's something to be excited about. We're gonna progressively start changing our website. It'll be on the DL.
We're not even going to say our website's changed.
No, we're just going to start changing it. Maybe we're going to start changing the rebranded colors. I'm not sure if you're sticking with the same logo and you're just changing the colors, or if it's going to be a complete name change, rebrand, everything like that.
The name change, I'm changing my name. We did another podcast on that. we did it with Corey's name, but not with her product offering. If you do a name and a product offering change, that's a bigger one.
That's a bigger one.
You'll have to make an announcement.
But if you're just doing
a brand refresh,
little hints,
I would roll it out just the same way we said to Victoria. Just it starts appearing. Your audience will be like, oh, nice. You can do like, hey guys, changing my colors, but we're not doing that, and I'm not taking any orders unless you're getting married.
What's going to, and I don't even like the word alienate. What's going to take your old customers or replace them with new customers as you're upping your packaging, your prices upping.
Prices will do that.
That is going to start filtering out the old people and start filtering in this new higher end clientele that you're trying to go for. So it's going to be a natural progression. Just like we said with the last one, no ginormous announcement because you might not take off right at the beginning.
And
with the wedding.
Still said the occasional custom.
Yeah, so we still want those people to feel like they're going to be taken care of.
Agreed. So your content, let's do 100. If we have 100% of your month laid out, eventually, starting off, you may do 50-50. 50% wedding, luxe stuff, 50% the old stuff.
Yeah.
Then the next month, we're going to do 60-40, and then we're going to do 70-30 until really it's mostly what you want to be selling.
Yeah. And unfortunately, when you take that bluey cookie order, maybe you're not going to post it. And that sucks. It was a lot of time and energy.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of ego in there. It feels good for people to like, that's the cutest Bluey cookie I've ever seen. I know. But unless Bluey's getting married, we're not going to post it because that's not what we want to cultivate. Yeah. So instead, what you're going to post is that wedding set. You took all those really fancy photos up. You're going to continue posting that type of content. Your website, when I look at it, I shouldn't even see a Bluey cookie. I should see those luxury colors. You know what we're talking about when we do it with that serif font that looks like fancy. And it's going to scream that this is going to be a wedding type bakery. Yeah. And I think that's a great question. I think your head is in the right space. Obviously, you kind of answered it in your question because I feel like you knew what we were going to say. Yeah. And Victoria was like, girl, why don't you tell me that? Right. So again, we don't want the identity crisis. We don't want the whiplash. We're just going to slowly roll it out. And then we're going to start rejecting the orders that we don't want. In the event that you do want to take that custom because it's super easy and cute or you feel like it, don't have to post about it, but you can make that happen.
Yeah. As wedding season is like landscaping season, you got your big seasons and you got your not so big seasons.
Oh yeah, when it slows down, you might want more.
Yeah, you don't want to say, I'm open.
I'll take whatever. Bluey cookies, bring them my way.
Yeah, so as you want to not do that giant announcement because when you have a slow time, you're going to be able to take more of those customs. You just won't be posting those to your page, but you'll still take them.
Yep. I like it. Moving on. We have the Vendy Blendy. Corey and I have been talking about it. The VB, it's November 29th. Thank goodness not November 5th because we went to
I know.
November 29th will still be, we're the Black Friday nightmare.
I know.
We're also capitalizing on that news
I was
feed.
thinking like, every year, I'm like, are we good marketers? But every year we have to restart advertising for the Vendy
marketing
Blendy. Oh my goodness. I'm like, wow, I couldn't build off of what I've done last year.
I was talking to, over the weekend, another person who sells like courses and stuff in the baking industry. And she was like, she has like the doors open and closed.
Yes.
And I was like, she was like, yeah, I think I want to do away with that because it is so confusing, but then you lose FOMO. And I said, listen, marketing is a strategy and some things you get at the cost of other things. And the Vendy Blendy's massive FOMO is a ton of work and marketing's from scratch each year.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, why do you keep removing us from the group? You could just keep adding people to it. But we're like, that's where the FOMO comes. Like, to be forcibly removed from a group is such a vibe.
I feel like we're forcing ourselves to never stop marketing.
Never. Do you ever really stop?
Apparently
Life's
not.
questions. Do you ever really stop
when
marketing?
I die, I'll stop marketing.
Here's my one. I was thinking about this. In life is marketing. Finding a spouse, you marketed yourself.
Yeah.
Finding a job, you marketed yourself. Finding a car, you let yourself get marketed to, but you helped that because you were picking
when
out
I
the
needed
one.
to find my son a school, I'm like, let's dress to impress.
Getting your kids to do anything, marketing.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys brush your teeth in, and on the other end is this toy.
I know.
That you want.
I know. I'm tired of marketing.
I'm tired of it, but it's forever.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want friends? Put on your deodorant.
At the other day, it's all a sales pitch and a packaging. However you want to do that. But the Vendy Blendy is November 29th. It is 24 hours.
It's 24 hours. The vendors that are participating.
My Vendy Blendy facts back to me.
Listen, people are asking me, how long is the Vendy Blendy? When does it start?
24 hours.
When does it start?
It starts midnight. So, okay, it's November 28th. Our eyes are bleeding because it's Thanksgiving night and we're still awake for some reason. The clock ticks 11:59. Ding! midnight, you hear the chime, the Vendi Blendi starts. It is November 29th, and at 12:01, you're in the group.
Yes.
Frantically buying. For the next 24 hours, the group is wide open. It's an exciting place. There are giveaways. Corey and I are working on some giveaways I think you're going to like. There are giveaways all day long. There's prompts. There's help me find threads. There's I had this idea thread. There's demonstrations and product. And then 24 at the 23rd hour and 59th minute, suddenly, well, for that one last hour, you'll see me start to delete everything. And then it's just a free for all. And then I remove the group post. It's just a wild thing. But at that next midnight, 24 hours after that first midnight, the group shuts down.
Yeah.
In the next
pin post with all the discount codes comes down.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Google Sheet share changes. I restrict it and you can't get those anymore. Everything disappears.
But it is so much fun. The vendors have to offer 25% off or more.
First year of 25% off.
Last year it was 20% off.
Yes.
And they said, you know what? Bet we'll offer 25% off or more. Right now, what's the number of vendies that we have?
54.
54.
And I have about 5 or 6 I'm talking to.
5 or 6?
I have some vendors from last year that have confirmed, just never signed up. Courtney Post, if you're listening.
Okay. Right now for pendy people who are pending in the group, we have 2,402, which I think was
how much?
2,402.
Nice.
A growth from last year, I think. Yeah, so it is the season.
Okay, but you're also going to see us. It's October 1, so we're going to really ramp up promoting this. So my apologies.
I'll be sick of myself too.
Nobody's seeing our post anyways. But anyway,
absolutely.
Listen to ourselves. So I'm going to just go through the vendors from the bottom to the top.
Sure.
Or should we go from the top to the bottom?
Top to the bottom. Yeah.
Actually, this is actually one of the vendors that has been one of the best vendors that we've ever had. And I'm always impressed that they keep coming back again. It's us. The Cookie College will be on sale on that day. Corey and I are going to be working on our discounts, our promos. It should be a blast. So we have the Cookie College, Blue Honey Cutter Co., Bobby's Cutters, The Domestic Cookie, More Decor, One Smart Cookies and Crafts, Love and Flour Baking Supplies, Cup of Cookies, Mixer Skirt, Cookie Cutters by Nori, A-Core Backers, the Backers Go. Sweet Bite app, Miss Cookie Packaging, Sunshine Day Biz, Sweetie's Tasty Treats and Scribes, The Bougie Baker Boutique, Lolly Bee's Custom Cutters, Minted Prints, Brighton Cutters, Cookier Prints, Dare to Bake, Whipsy, Busy Bakers, Chua Cookie, Sweet Pink Olive, JoJo's Specialty Shop, Sugarloaf Mountain Designs, My Dope, Mad Batter Cookie Co., Salmon June's Bake Shop, The Cookiery, The Dessert Depot, Scribes by Shirls, My Two Cookies, The Pink Piggy, The Sugar Cookie Dealer, Tasty Tin, Rose's Cookie Shop, Cute Cookie Kits, Carentology, The Sweetest Tears, Baker's Cutters and Prints, Equinox Pastry Supply, Sugar Dash Co. How sweet is that? Christine's Molds, Coastline Bags, All You Can Cookie, A Custom Cookie, Cookie Design Lab, Bees Baked Art Supplies, PK Bakes, Sugar on Top, and the Baking Beavers. I don't know why that is.
Baking Beavers? I thought I almost said the Justin Bieber.
No, what? It's the Baking Beavers. Justin Bieber's second cousin. So that is the Vendi Blendi. I'll be rolling out more content about it. I'll be doing a Facebook Live. I'm going to add an event to the group so we can organize this. But you guys are about to be spammed with the potential for discounts. So you may be listening to this and say, how much does it cost to buy? Nothing. You just buy everything at 25% off. That's your only cost. There are a lot of door prizes, no cost. They cannot make you buy something to have to enter, so they have to have a no-cost entry. It was so funny. I went to this car show this weekend, right? And, car shows, right? It's raining.
Dime a dozen.
Yeah, and this dude gets out of if you know the Type S and Type R, this dude gets out of a Type R, I have a Type F. And his wife comes up to me, and she's like, well, where's Corey?
What?
And I said, how do you know there's two of me? I never tell anybody that. Nobody at a car show would know me.
Do you look how you do right now?
I had a little bit of makeup on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at least I had a little bit different. But my hair was an absolute frizz bucket.
It's been raining.
It has only been raining. It rained. I washed the car the night before. It rained on the drive there. So whatever, right? And I said, ma'am, how in the world? And she's like, I'm from the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. And I won. She said, I won the Vendi Blendi. I got My Dope last year. She said, I won that one. She's like, I haven't baked a lot this year. She's like, but I'm pending. I said, I've never heard somebody say these words in the world.
That are me another.
That was hilarious. And that was funny. So that Vendi Blendi, search thevendys.com, HTTP, no S, Vendys.com, thevendys.com. If you want to see this list, however, I'll be posting it frequently. And I'll be making announcements about each of these shops and what their top sellers are. Because I feel like I like to know what a top seller is.
If you like video content,
Corey,
they can send in stuff and I will show you.
Most of them did. And which ones have you covered already?
Today we did the Backers Co.
Yeah.
They came out with a wine one. Yeah, it's gorgeous. We've done Domestic Cookie has sent theirs.
Oh, yeah, you had all that butter stuff, which is cute. You have it on your phone right now.
Yeah, the one that's coming up, Bougie Baker Boutique.
And that she lives actually down the street from us, so she could have just thrown it at your house.
Yeah, so if you want to, I've done a few extra, come to our Instagram page. I am posting it in the group so you can find it.
But the Instagram, if you want to be spam, what are you looking at?
Someone said, Vendy Blendy special request. It's an email.
Okay.
Noise.
I'll read it and see if I can announce
but if you want to, our Instagram, I'm posting those videos there. I'm posting the videos also on our TikTok and on our main page. So if you're like, I've heard this business name, I don't know what they kind of sell, I kind of unpackage it for you so we can kind of go over what they sell. If you want to stock up this year, what I would say, prep now by saying, like, I know in Valentine's Day, I want to offer a 4-inch cookie or something like that. You can prep on the packaging. You can buy the packaging at a discount.
I plan ahead. That's where this is going to, I love the FOMO and I love the compulsive spending. That's my MO, but this is a lot. If you can strategize this, because I don't want you to just waste your money.
Yeah. Because if you're like, I'm going to run out of piping bags. A lot of these shops offer piping bags. If you want to test them out now to see if you like them, buy a pack now.
Cookie cutter sets for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
This is the time we'd be
packaging is great. If you know you're going to be a vendor in the summer, you can buy the baking T-shirts now and be prepared and just have it at a discount.
Right. Whoever sent you that email did not send it to me. Disrespect.
Disrespect. Yeah, it says, hi, Corey. I'm so sorry.
Rude.
I'm so sorry.
I just know you're going to forward it to me anyways. If you're interested in becoming a vendor or want to learn more about it, I'm here to answer your little vendor questions. You can email me at Heather@sugarcookiemarketing.com.
This is why it's for me. I have a new product I'm launching, and I would love for it to be my spotlight for your review. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, if you want to know what that product is and whoever sent it, email that to me. How rude. You can email me, Heather@sugarcookiemarketing.com. I also pinned if you're a new vendor this year, I pinned that in the Sugar Cookie Marketing group. All the information is there as well, including how much reach we have to market your product. Because I know a lot of people are like, this is a great sales day for the vendors, but it's a huge marketing day. If I go back through Corey and Mai's numbers, like our analytics, our biggest growth days are the vendor blender. People signing up for a newsletter. It goes out, I think it went by 2,000.
People following us on Instagram, you did a weird little
delicious.
Hurrah.
Yeah, that was great. So that was our door prizes. So we had, if you want to be entered to win a door prize, follow us on Instagram. So many people do. So we got to pick our door prize.
You guys have been great about pinging people and putting in their little ears about
really
the Vendy
working.
Blendy.
It's really
working. I
working.
really appreciate that.
Yeah. There's some, you guys have sent some really interesting people our way. Hopefully it works out.
Love that.
So that is the Vendy Blendy. Very excited about it. Now,
are you moving on to the next?
No, I was going to, but let's back
up.
Oh,
wait, no, I was going to move on
make
too.
You open that box.
No. Okay. We got to go over to the Cookie College. Cookie College is a membership that we offer. In the Cookie College, you get everything we offer, and the next Cookie Class Kits is dropping this week.
So if you're wondering what our Vendy Blendy promo is, the Cookie College is $76 right now. But in the Vendy Blendy, we'll go back to our old grandfathered introductory 2021 pricing of $68. We only ever do it once a year.
Yeah.
It's only ever on the Vendy Blendy. If you even signed up today because you wanted to teach like a class kit they already have, I offer that discount if you're even a current member. So I spam the current members at 76 and say, let's get you down to that discount. So you could sign up today, and then come November, we could get you back into that discount. So you get all the classes, all the kits. Corey just announced our November Thanksgiving class that drops on October, this first week, which is...
It gives you a month to mark it.
It almost gives you 2 months because Thanksgiving's so far away. The Halloween class dropped on September 1st. It was a build your own skeleton class. This Thanksgiving class is adorable. Corey's already shown me the Christmas class.
I did. And listen, I did show the Cookie College the Christmas class. And from their pure reactions and comments, it's a great one.
Because here's the thing. So this year, the first year of the Cookie Class Kits was last year. So we did all the primary holidays.
Yeah.
This year, to give people more options, we did the secondary holidays with the promise that we'd return back to the primary holidays for the last 3 months. To give people more elbow room to offer 2 different Christmas classes or 2 different Thanksgiving classes. So the offerings are really cute. You could almost, if you wanted to, mix and match the classes.
What I'm seeing the Cookie College people do is they're teaching 2 different ones from different years at different venues.
Very nice. So now you have more interesting content. The funny thing is, Corey and I are lazy and cheap, so we'll be teaching last year's Halloween class.
I liked it.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah. We have all the cutters and everything. So that is the Cookie College. You can check that out at thecookiecollege.com. I'll post in the Wednesday newsletter that goes out tomorrow at 8. Mm-hmm. I will post the Thanksgiving class picture.
Oh, that'll be good. The graphic or the actual photo?
The actual one from your desk that you did, the pre-decorating.
Oh, yeah, my desk.
Which you can see, actually, if you want to follow Sugar Cookie Marketing _ on Instagram. Corey does a walkthrough preview of those cookies.
I did.
She ordered chicken hands. I'm sorry, chicken hands. If you're wondering what that is, I'm not lying. That's exactly. There's no.
Because I got the cat mittens.
Yeah.
I had to do something nice.
Someone take Prime away from this woman right now.
And then for the Halloween, I found 2 skeleton arms.
That was hilarious. Okay.
You guys can't wait for Christmas because that'll be a good one too.
It was a little reindeer.
It's the Grinch.
Oh, that's hilarious. You guys can learn more about the Cookie College or sign up for just the kids or the digital downloads. I have the digital download just ready to go.
Digi-download this time is very, very good.
I don't know if Stephanie Simmons listens to the podcast, but she is local to us and in the Cookie College, and she loves Eddie.
Yeah, they're Eddie. They are the Eddie queens and kings.
Yeah, her and her husband work together, which is interesting that they are able to be together that long. Corey and Nate could never. She said, so Corey did a PYO, a pumpkin face. It was using the Anne Clark metal pumpkin cutter.
Yeah, and the royal icing, the scraping method.
Right. So super normal. And she was like, hey, I don't like doing PYOs with the stencil. Could you guys make Eddie faces for that? So I was like, well, it's actually a great idea. So instead of just making the outlines, I've actually made the faces and I uploaded them all to the $2 transfer club.
Yeah.
Last night.
Oh, nice.
They're all the pumpkin's face.
Smart.
So you could make a transfer if you wanted. And they have the 1 inch, the 0.75 and 0.5. But I'm also making those into just a whole Eddie print and then the PYO Eddie print.
Yeah. So I'll take some photos of that so you guys can see what it looks like.
That'll be the digital downloads. I know I'm like a day late and $1 short, but I just need Corey to run a test on it, make sure everything's lined up correctly.
Yeah, we were discussing it over the phone. Our days are lit.
You should have heard that. Was it 4 inches? I don't know. Can I get some bleed?
Hold on, let me go find a ruler.
How much bleed do you know? I don't know. A half an inch? Are you holding up your fingers? I need you to get a ruler. So anyways, that digital downloads is also the transfer. So now you have a new pumpkin, a skull, and then you have 8 pumpkin faces. That would be kind of a cute thing.
It's very, very cute. Very.
One of the pumpkin faces is super. Like I made these like super unconventional. You got the conventional.
That's what I like. Yeah. I like that.
So that is the Cookie College, and there's a lot to offer there. And then we'll be having some fun discounts. Okay.
All right. What?
We're doing an unboxing. Corey is going to narrate this. Heather Campbell Brookshire, Kim Mim Sims. They went to. It's so heavy. They went to. You mean move your drink and stuff? Yeah,
I'm gonna hold it.
Okay, you're still gonna talk into the mic. Yeah. They went to CookieCon and they created us a CookieCon care package,
a goodie bag.
And it's so funny. I didn't text them that we got it because I was like, I'm gonna surprise Corey with it. But last night she was like, I'm so sorry. Did you get a package from us? And I said, in hindsight, I should have. So Corey's gonna narrate to us what's in this box. Heather Campbell Brookshire is a Disney trip planner and hosted the happy hour for us.
This is so stinky cute. First out, of course, they gave 2 because they know how to deal with twins.
Do you know what this is?
This is a Freddy bear.
Yes.
And he's wearing a butter backpack.
Do you know who his cousin is?
I don't know.
The Eddie Bear.
Oh, the Eddie and Freddy Bear.
So Primera at CookieCon. If you've heard the Freddy rumors, they had one at CookieCon. And I'm sure you saw these Facebook Lives in the groups.
He's wearing a little bit.
That is adorable. So what they did is they created a machine that... the other machine prints on cookies. This one floods cookies.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. These, if you did the pre-order of Freddy, you got these Freddy bears.
Oh, that's
these stuffed
nice.
animals. Yeah, so I said, did somebody order it? And Heather's like, I can't tell you, but I'm not saying no. Let's see the card. Read it aloud.
It's very, very long. Twinsies. Art. Thank you so much for helping us through another successful happy hour at CookieCon. This was by far the best one yet because you 2 weren't there. Just kidding. Several people told us how much they enjoyed it and many stayed until the end. We also very much enjoyed our spa day gift. We did have to bribe them. We love bribing, what can we say? It was much needed for both of us and was a great way to catch a breather before diving further into the con. Hoping you can join us for the next one. Heather Campbell Brookshire.
Do you know why we paid for the spot again? Because they invited us out to Texas for the grand opening, and you're a bun that doesn't like to get in planes and go. So I said, I'm so sorry. At least let us do your spa day so you guys can at least relax from having to talk to Corey.
Next in the box.
Okay.
We do not in Northern Virginia have a Buc-ee's.
No.
But when we went down to a cookie con a few years ago, we passed Buc-ee's. Of course, we had to go.
Yeah.
And they have things called beaver nuggets.
Yeah.
They are so stinking good. So we have peanut butter and caramel popcorn nuggies.
Kim and Heather are from Texas. I forget that sometimes. And that's where Becky started.
Yeah. My favorite. These are the sea salted caramel nuggets, OGs.
Oh,
they are
the
so
best.
good. I only get them when they send them up here,
Very
which
nice.
is so stinking delicious. Now we have a bag absolutely filled of trades from people there. It's so filled, I don't even think I could go through it. And honest to God, give it.
I don't know what I've ever seen in my life.
They're conjoined right there.
That
It's so cute.
so cute.
There's so many cards in here, so many trades. I can't wait to go through it. But
If you could go through it and take a mass photo,
I
that'd
could
be
try
great.
it. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
That is so
Yeah.
fun.
I can't wait to eat it.
I want to say you two ladies are insane.
Crazy.
Kim DeMille Sims, but I call her Kim Mim Sims. She opened a brick and mortar like a month ago
did.
in August.
Yeah.
And
Beans and brews.
she has given us a play-by-play. She is a Cookie College member as well, and just goes live and is like, "Hey guys,
She put a
here's."
sticker on this box that says Beans and brews.
Oh, that's hilarious. Beans and brews. If you're in, where do they live? Austin?
I don't know.
I think it's Austin.
Texas is
Texas is a country.
Yes.
They live in the country of Texas.
do.
And if you go to Beans and Brews, I know they're teaching even classes there. They're emotional support bakers to each other. Heather and
ESBs.
Kim. Yeah, ESBs.
ESBs.
And if you want to meet them in person, go take one of the classes. Have
Absolutely.
fun.
How fun.
fun.
You won't meet nicer people on the planet.
You may actually recognize them from Food Channel.
Yes. Heather Campbell. Yeah.
Anyways, big thanks to them. Heather Campbell Brookshire is in a Disney trip planner. So if you want to plan. I mean, just the fact that this box is so full, all you need to know is your dreams will come true with this lady.
Next up, sponsors. Without them, this podcast would not be here weekly.
Corey
You might
and I
be
would
grateful
be
for that. But our sponsors, starting off with the Backers Co. I actually featured them as the Vendy. They will be at the Vendy Blundy, but you can, if you don't want to wait for them to sell out, you can snag and bag whatever you want. They just came out with this red wine one. It's a deep red color. It's gorgeous, like especially for Christmas, Valentine's Day coming up. And they have this evergreen super mat. It is so pretty, and it's great for Christmas as well. I posted 2 photos of me using them. I forced myself to bake something that would complement those because they were so pretty, so you guys could see. The Backers Co. used to be called AE Core Backers. They're going through a rebranding. If you want to score, they have a 20% off for our group. The code is Sugar Cookie, not plural, and you can get 20% off now. So what I suggest is if you have one that's on your need list, get that now at 20% off. If you have something that's on your want list, get that for the Vendy Blundy because they'll be having 30% off that day.
Great. Not even least. Okay, Eddie. He is a direct to food printer. I think, did we talk about him in last week's podcast for like corporate orders?
I feel like we've talked about them.
Yeah, we have talked about them. They have been with the podcast for a while, and for good reason. That machine is incredible. It is a direct to food printer. You print on food.
Crazy.
Printing food. You do it. Eddie, there. Not cheap though, $3,000. So if you've been a good little Santa's helper, maybe that would be your wish list.
Yeah, you could have a bunch of family members go in on it. Be great.
Let's say if you really liked if at any time in the last 365 days you ate my cookie, I come to you today asking for donations for my Eddie. But the Eddie Printers users group on Facebook is where you're going to find all the information. I've always said to Corey, it is wild to me that Primera, the company that makes Eddie, offers that group because so few products offer support groups.
You like
manned
buy
by the
it
company.
and then you're on your own.
Yeah, you're really truly on it. All your issues, they're your problem. Like, no offense to Bamboo Printers, I really like them, but it's like the Bamboo Printers group.
Yeah.
It's run by other people, and they're kind of This Primera is out in the comment section helping you. They go out of their way to really make sure that people enjoy their products. I know people are like, but there's There's so many complaints. No. What you're saying is a confirmation bias. The only people who complain are the people who need help.
Yeah.
Right. The people who are too busy printing money with it, they don't need your help and they don't need a comment.
You might say $3,000 out of my budget, but listen, they have a refurb program.
I think it brings it up almost $1,000 off.
Yeah, that could definitely be something that your little elves could help you do.
And what I'd love to say, buy directly from Premier, you could buy a used Eddie, not refurbished, from a third party, and they'll still give you the
1 hour
1 hour training session.
Yeah, tutorial thing.
As we see that people get tired of baking and exit, they often, sell their Eddie at a huge discount as well. Discounted Eddie
definitely
is
great. I was able to print someone's grandmother last week on a dozen.
Oh, yeah,
Martha.
you did do that. Martha, you're delicious.
You're delicious. Last but not least, if you like the way my cookies look, the way my cookies flood, my little ASMR videos, the meringue powder that I use that has been just a game changer for me is called Royal Batch. And it's by a company called Bakety Bake. The reason why I love it is because it whips up a bright white. I made a batch this morning. Love it. I love making my icing colors in the morning, coming in, decorating at night. Because when I come home, they're all ready to go. The worst part about the whole cookie decorating is mixing the icing.
Yep.
And decorating.
I've heard.
And making the dough. The whole part. It's
selling to people and having to talk. Yeah. The only part I like is the money.
But Royal Batch already has 3 main ingredients in it that most people have to add to it. It already has a white food coloring, so it whips up bright white, which saves you a step. It already has corn syrup in there, so it gives it a softer bite, and it has vanilla extract, which I absolutely love the taste of vanilla. Delish.
Corey and I went to that creme brulee restaurant, and there were so many vanilla bean dots.
Heather's like, what are these dots in here?
Well, I knew they were vanilla bean, but what are the dots?
It's vanilla bean seeds inside.
That's a seed I'm
It's
eating?
the little...
I decimated the population.
Does that seed grow a vanilla? I don't think so.
So those tiny specks
Those are little
seeds?
Like when you open a vanilla bean pod and scrape it.
I know that's what comes. That's its babies?
I don't know if it's... They were so tiny for that to
They were
be a baby.
so speckly, but they're delectable.
They were all in that creme brulee. They were swimming in there. Delish. Anyways, you can get Royal Batch at a 10% off discount. And word on the street, she will be at the Vendy Blendy for 25% off. But if you want to score it now before she sells out, you can use code TWINS, TWINS.
10% off.
10% off right now.
So thank you to those sponsors. You're great. You're wonderful. You're beautiful.
Love you.
You're very demure.
Yeah, very cutesy.
Very cutesy. Moving on. Am I missing anything?
Your twin twist
I
is
feel
your
like I'm
last
missing
one.
something. My twin twist was running into a sugar cookie
That
marketing
was your
year.
twin twist.
Yeah, that would be odds. That's so crazy.
That is so crazy.
Here's another twin twist. If you want to be pressured into spending, Ruth Ann, our grandmother, she is high maintenance pillows. Like that lady will burn through pillows trying to find the perfect one. And I got to side with her.
That and walking shoes.
Oh yeah, the walking shoes thing is ridiculous. But she buys a pair of shoes and immediately returns them before she even takes them out of the box. However, with the pillows, if your neck hurts while you sleep, you'll pay whatever hostage.
My neck does hurt.
I'm gonna have you try out this pillow. So she called, she said, "Hey, can I ask for your help?" I said, "Yeah, what do you need?" And she's like, "Do you promise?" I said, "Sure." And she's like, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Are we burying a dead body? Like, what is it? Woman, spit it out." And she's like, "I can't put my pillow cover, like
case.
I can't get it over this pillow." And I was like, "Oh, not to say I'm an expert pillow shover in her, but I can." But it was this funky pillow. It was so wild.
She just goes for the weird ones.
She was like, "Listen, I unfortunately she's on a YouTube premium plan, so there's no answer. She's just burning through YouTube. Yeah. She's like, I found this doctor. He recommended this pill on Amazon. I bought it. It's changed my life. It's so funky shaped, though. I don't know how to put the pillowcase back on.
Is it got an armhole in it?
No, it's just as weird, though. Okay. I'm going to have you try it because I actually ended up buying it.
It has 4 things that shoot up by your face.
It's very close to that, but I know what you're talking about. It's not from TikTok.
Okay.
This is from YouTube. Okay. But it's sold on Amazon. It is very interesting.
Was it?
35. It's on sale.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's worth a taste test of pillows, and I hate consumerism and burning through products. But with a pill, you almost have to find one that works.
If you do not know, me and Heather's brains are so full of knowledge. Our heads are huge,
ginormous.
But what happens with our pillows is these giant noggins. We'll just wear a little hole. Yeah. The cotton, the little feathers pushed to the side.
The gel can only gel so hard, and it just causes neck pain.
Yeah, because
nothing is worse than when you turn right too fast, and then you just get a shooting pain.
The reason why I toss and turn at night is because my neck hurts.
Yeah.
So I have to go to one side of the pillow.
I'm not sure. I'll have you try this out. I actually made Mom and Ashley try it out on Sunday, and they were going to get it.
Because Amazon has a good return policy.
You're not going to return a pillow.
Because Amazon has a good return policy.
It's always like, sometimes I think, am I getting something somebody returned?
I want to tell you, I got a book from Amazon.
You ordered a book?
Book.
You sure you didn't shut down your account for someone hacking?
Return it. There was something sticky all over it.
What was the book?
It was a kid's book. Someone ordered a set. I had no idea what the book was.
You were going to do some research?
Now I'm going to return it. Yeah, I was like, there's literally something sticky all over this book. I can't do
sticky.
Disgusting. It was sticking to everything.
My personal hell would be a world cover in stuff that's slightly sticky, but it stays in your hands. That would be my hell.
Well, you can't really technically see it.
I hate, and there's no chance of washing your hands in the next 2 hours. It would.
You'd almost have to lick your fingers.
That, and when you make that little nail catches on something, your fingernails, and then it feels like that feeling down your pants.
Yeah.
Like,
a snag.
Hate it.
A snag.
That would be. What is your personal hell?
My personal hell. Even thinking about it right now, in the freezer. When the freezer gets too freezy and it builds up ice on the side. When something touches that.
You hate that sound?
My teeth feel like
they want to... Is it chalkboardy sound to you?
It's not. Chalkboard's fine.
This is worse?
Almost my teeth want to fall out of their little spots.
Really?
It just, the way it goes through every single tooth, and I don't know why it's affecting my teeth at all.
Like when a Coke can touches that ice wall?
Yeah, but like sometimes if I put a plastic thing in there, and it catches the side.
Put styrofoam in there and watch the world end.
Yeah. Even me thinking about that right now. It's just.
We're all in our little own hells, man. I went to Walmart. Was going to get a body wash. Some body wash had leaked on the body wash that I was grabbing.
That's sticky.
And then you have that weird slip.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Go to the back of Walmart to wash your hands? It's a 52-mile drive.
I ran the whole way. Get this off of my hands. Is that the podcast? Did you have a twin trust other than the things you did? Corey.
Do I have a twin trust? What have I done lately? What have I gotten?
You went to the Meow Cafe.
The what? Oh, yeah. I thought this was so cute. We don't have anyone where near us, but I took my son to my favorite sushi restaurant, which is about 40 minutes away. But
you went to Ashburn?
For a Kura.
The family was mad you had to drive past us to get there.
Yeah, but it was already late in the day. Really? So my son is obsessed with cats, and I was like, now he's actually fun to hang out with.
That is so great.
Yeah, he was not before.
He has changed a lot.
He has changed a lot.
He's easier to talk to.
Yeah, so then I was like, you know what? He loves cats. So I found this cat cafe that's about an hour away. You could just book online and then go in there. We were about an hour early, but they had 17 adoptable cats from a rescue.
17. Before you guys know, the cat cafe can't actually serve food. You have to order food.
There was no food. The word cafe shouldn't have been on there.
These cat cafes are not what you think. They're really adoption portals.
Yeah, she was like, we have some, they had a mini fridge with canned Cokes in there, but you weren't allowed to actually take it in where the cats were. But you would have to have drank it with her watching you in the front.
Dude, that's how wild
I could not do that. So I said, we'll skip the Diet Coke.
How much did you have to pay to sit there?
For 2 people was $38.
Oh my goodness. To sit in a pound?
To sit in a pound. All proceeds went to the rescue. The treats, you got 5. In a bag, I want to tell you, I can buy a bag for $5.
5 treats and 15 cats?
No, the treats were extra. You know a bag of Friskies?
Yeah.
Probably is $5.
Yeah.
You got 4 of them. Four in a little.
For what?
4 little treatles that are 2 calories each.
Square?
Yeah.
A cat pillow treat. You got 4 of those for how much?
$2.99.
Corey.
Yeah.
I'd rather just go to the pound where they encourage you to bring treats and give them.
So here's the thing: the cats can choose to sit with you. They had many rules. You couldn't mess with a sleeping cat. You can't pick up the cats. If the cat chooses to sit on you, that's the only time it's acceptable for a cat to sit on you. You can pet any cat. They have laser pointers. They have little things you can play with. Older cats, off limits.
Was it fun?
Cat that goes to the bathroom cannot follow him into the room. Archer really enjoyed it. We found 2 very, very friendly cats.
They have outside of it going to save cat, that's fine.
I know. They've been trained to come to that treatle sounding where you shake it. All the cats woke up for that. As soon as we ran out of treats, all the cats dispersed.
Well, hey, you know what? I would do the same.
But then there was books of past cats, but she came in at an hour.
Is there Wi-Fi? Could you work on your computer?
There's no Wi-Fi. There was not even good. I don't know. I said, Archer, if they did have good Wi-Fi, I could see you coming and working there.
Ashley said it's Georgetown University in D.C.
Yeah.
They have a cat cafe next to those because they were like, you can't eat here, but you can sit and work with a cat in your lap because you can't have a cat in your dorm.
Idea.
But
yeah, no. They did have chairs. It was oddly. That's about it. $10 to sit on chair. At the end of the day, it was very, very clean. For 17 cats being in a room, that was better than I thought. I thought it was going to just be covered in hair.
Are the cats not fighting with each other?
Some of them were. She said if they get really bad, they go into a foster home and they're no longer allowed in there.
This is only the best of the best. And did anybody walk in while you were there?
One family they brought new treatles in. And the cats reawoke for them. We lost all of our cat pool. They all left.
This is a wild.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was. My son loved it. I don't think I could go. I was just like, we could go every week. I said, about every month.
I was saying this might be a decent place if you're not buying a cat for your kid, like as a pet. This would be a good thing. But they're trying to get you to adopt it too.
So she actually came in for the majority of the time, talking my ear off. Each cat's history.
I'm sorry. This is my worst nightmare.
Susie was from Kuwait.
Oh, we have this. There's somebody here that's getting Kuwait cats and bring them here for.
It must be the one that supplies that because that's what they were from. We went through one was blind in one eye. We went through the whole
I love a maned animal. I would love to bring them back to the trusting lifestyle.
Chip, oldest, 15 years old.
Love me an old cat.
Socks, youngest, 4 months old.
No. Give me something old and
so I thought that was pretty interesting. There's none near us. They're all in like Loudoun County and DC.
Where did you go? Oh, Sterling.
Yes, Sterling, way over yonder. Yeah, that was a lot of money.
I should recall it stolen.
No, too many.
That is crazy.
Oh,
okay,
I know.
Well, that's the podcast, cubs. See you
next week.